Now, I would say this is a proper GT car. Very similar to an Aston Martin or the Mark IV Supra, not the Mark V. The Mark V Supra is more of a proper sports car. This is a very much a GT car. It's got this wide, low-slung look that's like kind of like a panther that's ready to bite. Very similar to an Aston Martin. I mean, for many, I imagine that the 840i is probably like, I don't know, sort of a James Bond car, sort of a hero car, so to speak. I imagine that the distant cousin of 840i is probably like a Dodge Challenger. It's a big two-door coupe. I gotta say, in traffic, you know, this ZF 8-speed is pretty competent. No issues with it at all, even in sport mode. But at any moment, you can shift and grab a pedal and instantly start accelerating. I'm gonna stomp on it here, just get a nice acceleration test on the vehicle. Nice. Steering gets tighter thanks to the electronic power steering rack, but you still get a very nice weight to the vehicle and the stiffness. Brakes are fantastic. These nice oversized M Sport brakes really bite down on the disc rotors like an angry dog. The seats really hold me in. I'm a little bit smaller than most, but I've got nice bolstering. And it's not too stiff on the sides. I think my favorite thing about this car is the seating position. Now you get to really engage in this laying down sort of F1 style driving position. And I think it makes it very special. It's not just a fast car. It's not just another car with a straight 6 and an 8-speed transmission like most of BMW's lineup. This really feels like a special place to be because you're sort of in this laid back position. Now it's very relaxed, but at the same time, you also physically feel lower. You feel like you're more engaged with the vehicle. You feel like you've got more senses aligned with the vehicle and how it's moving and how it's behaving. Of course, getting in and out of the car is going to be difficult. It's got pretty big doors. At the same time, once you're in, the vehicle is wrapped around you. The brakes are phenomenal. Now you've got these auto rev matches too when you step on the brakes. Perfect. Now we've got the Germans at their best. They went through a hard period in the early 2000s with their engineering. They went through some teething issues with the turbocharging and the engines, but I think the B58 has reached a point where we really are starting to see almost the end of how good you can engineer these vehicles. We've got an engine that isn't a horsepower monster. Now that's not to say you can't tune it. You can certainly tune these and modify them and get even larger figures out of them. So that's not part of the equation here. From the factory, we don't have a huge amount of power, but when you couple it together with this transmission, now you've got this beautiful transmission that shifts fast, has aggressive gear ratios, and decouples when you're in eco mode so that you're coasting in neutral when you're going downhill. All of these work together in this symphonious manner that gives you extreme efficiency in fuel efficiency and in power delivery. Meaning you can choose if you want an economical version or a more powerful version. You can choose a rear-wheel drive version or an all-wheel drive version of any vehicle in their lineup. BMW is actually giving you more engine and drivetrain choices than any other manufacturer out there. Continuing on, of course, there's the M8 version, the M8 Competition. We've got the M8 Competition X Drive, right? Every single flavor. The 840i is sort of an interesting middle ground where you're not spending M money, but you're getting a lot of M dynamics. You also still get a limited slip differential, but your maintenance intervals aren't too different from the standard B58 equipped engines. they've created a fantastic straight six turbocharged engine, which to me is probably the better way to go engineering wise. You've got one bank of cylinder heads, or one bank of cylinders, one intake side and one exhaust side. Extremely simple. Only one set of things to worry about. And then they've gone and created an economy version of that with 4 cylinders. And then you can get either of those engines in any of their vehicles just about. And on top of that, you can specify any of those engines with all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive. You can't help but feel a little special in this. Now, you can get this engine and transmission combo in just about any other BMW that you want, which is a good thing. So why choose a 2-door coupe? Well, we live in the age of crossovers. Almost every vehicle is getting a crossover resurrection, and to stand out or to really feel different, to be different than the rest of the pack, a big body 2-door coupe creates a statement. In the age of electric cars, maybe different is what you are.